So the grid then for round 4 at Estoril. Frank Pereira in his first race in Superleague Formula in pole position for Roma. Dornbos and AC Milan alongside him. Then Olympiacos in 3rd place alongside Liverpool FC. Porto are in 5th with Beijing Guon behind them in 6th place. Dortmund are in 7th. Antonio Pizzoni alongside him for Corinthians in 8th position. Then Craig Dolby in 9th for Anderlecht, but he's used to coming through the pack. Max Wiesel alongside him. Andy Susek and Atletico Madrid in 11th. Borja Garcia and Sevilla alongside each other. Eindhoven and Rangers are 13th and 14th position. Behind them, Galatasaray in 15th position with Tuco Roca and Flamenco in 16th place. Then Paul Meyer, what a drop for LAN, down to 17th place. And right at the back, as they are in the Premier League, it's Tottenham Hotspur in 18th position. So we're going to get one more lap, though, to get those tyres warmed up. And as you can see, the safety car's still out. No, he pulls off, and away we are. Here we go. 44 minutes of action. Frank Pereira leads them away, and he's going to try and hold off Dornbos as they head down towards the first corner. Good start from Liverpool. Liverpool on the inside, trying to make a way past ASC Milan. Porto's got a good start as well. Tristan Gomini dives into the corner just behind Liverpool, and everybody amazingly cleanly through. Good start from Tottenham as well. Dominic Jackson's got up there.
Yes, very good.
Oh, look up! Tocacello and Dortmund go off.
And they smashed into someone. I'm not so sure, but someone's going to have problems as well, because the wing didn't go off on his own.
Here's another look. Yeah, basically. Oh, that was
Basel.
FC Basel out as well. So Max Wiesel got a real wake-up call here in Estoril, and it was courtesy of that man, Enrico Tocacello, who just literally outbraked himself and had nowhere to go.
No, you can't overtake in turn 2, it's not possible. But I have to say, very good start from Porto, who's actually in 4th position in front of Beijing, and Beijing putting a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, already Beijing right up behind FC Porto, and here we go. Beijing looking for a place past. Corinthians just behind them.
And you know who's there? Craig Dolby's there as well.
Of course, there's the Basel car stranded, sadly, in the dirt and out of race 1, but he will be pole position, and he and Enrico Tocacello will share the front row for race 2. So a little bit of an overzealous move. AC Milan still in 2nd place, but Frank Pereira building on the lead, and what a day, what a weekend it's been. He hasn't been to this track since his Formula Renault days, but straight into the car, straight away on pole position, and now leading the first race here at Estoril.
1.8 seconds of a lead on first lap, which is amazing. Yeah, 1.5 seconds on Milan. Liverpool is there, Porto is there, Beijing making a move on Porto.
And Beijing are through on Porto. So the league leaders, but they get a little bit squirrely, and Porto will jump back with Tristan Gomini. And Gomini knows that he's got thousands of Porto fans willing him on, but Guon, top of the league, doing the business.
Yeah, there was a yellow flag in turn 2, so Beijing is still in front of Porto, and Corinthians are there, and followed by Craig Dolby pushing hard from Galatasaray and Sevilla with Borja Garcia.
You know, I talked to Craig Dolby last night, and he's an interesting fellow, the man from Melton Mowbray, as Tocacello comes into the pits to try and repair that car, but it's game over pretty much for him. Yeah, but Craig Dolby, man of the moment without a doubt, he doesn't care where he qualifies, said that they could sort out the problems they had in qualifying and they'll be fine in the race, and they're proving that already. There goes Tocacello, and that's the end of Dortmund. The Germans are out, and Tocacello's opening game for Dortmund FC, not what he wanted, no goals.
No, I mean, trying to overtake on turn 2 is not a good idea. Not so sure what happened there, but I think he tried to make a move and it was in the right spot.
Well, it's flat out through there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is flat out, so there's no room for overtaking.
So AS Roma lead the race with the Frenchman Frank Pereira, and what a former karting world champion, what a history this guy's had. And he may not be as well known outside of Italy. In fact, he's had most of his initiation in Italy and the States, so he's well known to AS Roma and the football that they play there.
Yes, he did Formula Renault for 2 years in Italy, then he raced in Formula 3 for an Italian team, so and he did all his go-kart career in Italy as well, so he's been living there actually for a few years.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ramos may want to sign young Dominic Jackson, because Tottenham are flying from the back. Tottenham Hotspur are right up there, and there you see the damage to the Dortmund car, and they'll try and fix that as quick as they can, because they don't get that much time between races. No. They should be able to fix that, okay?
They will, yeah, they will be able to fix. It's only a front nose, it's only some fibre, going to be replaced.
Now, this is the battle. Liverpool looking to try and get past AC Milan. Beijing Guon right there. Fastest lap of 1:29.1 from David Rigon. right behind Liverpool. So an almighty battle between the three of them. Meanwhile, Frank Pereira is pulling away at the front. His last lap, a 1:29.4. So he's only 3/10 quicker than the fastest man out there. Porto still in 5th, Corinthians 6th, Anderlecht in 7th place, Galatasaray up to 8th, Sevilla in 9th place. Bit of a quiet weekend for Borja Garcia, but Sevilla are in the top 10.
Sevilla had lots of problems yesterday with the car, unfortunately, and they couldn't fix the setup problems. And I have to say, it looks like AC Milan is actually stopping Liverpool and Beijing to move ahead. And I think Liverpool is going to try to make a move very soon.
Past our commentary position go the leaders, and Liverpool winding themselves up to have a look at the inside. We think this is the only real place to overtake, and as you saw, Liverpool having a look there at AC Milan, and Beijing just waiting to pick up the pieces if it all goes wrong.
Yes, AC Milan is blocking already, so it means he's defending his position. Liverpool putting a lot of pressure, and they can try to make moves here and there to try to push Robert Dombos to make him do a mistake, basically.
Yeah, you get the feeling that both Beijing and Liverpool are just quicker slightly than Robert Dombos in 2nd place at the moment, and that's playing into the hands of AS Roma, and they are pulling away at the front.
Exactly, that's what's happening just now. If they want to go and have a chance to beat AS Roma, which is actually the fastest car on track just now with the 128.7, they have to overtake Milan now. Otherwise, it's going to be too late.
You're watching the beautiful race here in the beautiful sunshine of Estoril, Portugal, and at the moment, Adrian Vaz, the Spaniard, is trying to get past the Dutchman, Robert Dombos, who represents AC Milan. His last lap, a 1:29.5, similar pace as they come out of 13 again, slipping and sliding their way. And what he needs to do, I'm imagining anyway, as we go on board with Spurs, and they have been a real mover, and they're up to 11th place as we go on board with Dominic Jackson, who's literally clattering around in a seat that doesn't fit him.
Yeah, that's very hard, and we're seeing a move in front of the Tottenham Spurs, and I think it's
Flamenco going on Sevilla, yeah?
Yes, exactly, but it didn't work. It didn't work. Sevilla is still in front, and Paul Meyer is there as well, just behind him.
LAN in 13th place, Atletico Madrid running. The leaders go through. 37 minutes to go. AS Roma leading by 3.3 seconds. But the man on the move is Dominic Jackson, and Tottenham Hotspurs. He's now going to try go flamenco dancing and go into the first corner. Will he stop the Brazilian car? Got good drive out of 2. Flat out, 4th gear through turn 3, down the hill and hard on the brakes. Turning uphill now. 2nd gear through here.
Being a little bit slow and slowing him down as we just came back on AS Roma. AS Roma, which laps in 28.1, which is exactly 1 second quicker than AC Milan on the last lap, 1 second quicker than Liverpool, and 1.2 seconds quicker than Beijing. And I'm sure Beijing and Liverpool are quicker than that, but AC Milan is just slowing them down.
Well, very impressive indeed by Roma, as you say, a second quicker, and that really has settled things down.
Oh, when you see him pushing over the curbs,
yeah, he's too much.
Yeah, he's on the grass, literally, in the dust, taking a very much of an inside line, keeping the car tight into turn 14 and 15.
He's basically pushing as hard as possible now before the window of pit stops to try and get as much of a gap just in case there are any problems in the pit stop, right?
Exactly, but I think the strategy, or the logical strategy, would be to stop as late as possible, around lap 15 probably, to try to extend the lead as much as possible.
Roma lead then, followed by their Italian counterparts, Milan. Anderlecht still in the top 8, Galatasaray, Sevilla in 9th position, and definitely a real battle going on just behind them. Tottenham dropping to 12th place, having been up in the top 10 at one point. Flamenco and Atletico Madrid, Andy Souček, having a great race in the top 10 at the moment. There's Galatasaray going through. Galatasaray currently in 8th position, chasing Anderlecht and Craig Dolby. Olympiacos, what on earth has happened to them, down in 16th place?
Yeah, and last lap in 1:31.6. I have no idea what happened to him on the start. Maybe he had a little contact with someone, he has some damage in suspension or something, because he's lapping slow and he lost so many places.
As we go on board with Galatasaray, tell us a little bit more about this circuit. We're going uphill now and over the crest, which is blind.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice from Galatasaray. He just went too fast in, missed the apex, went all around the outside into that corner, which is not the correct line. Now into a 3rd gear corner, going into a very narrow corners, which is the hairpin and the chicane. And we've just went back to the leaders with Liverpool and Beijing still very close.
Yeah, Liverpool's hope of getting past Milan seems to have faded somewhat. He was right behind Robert Dornbos earlier on, but Adrian Bowers has lost a little bit of ground. Beijing, though, still all at the back of him, though. The league leader, Tevere Rigon, the Italian, right there in fourth place as they cross the line again. It's still Roma who lead.